We're celebrating history and forging common threads with our guests this week in the studio. Welcome into the Red Couch Rewind. I'm your host, Melissa Bruner. This is where we recap some of those top guests you've seen on Eye on Northeast Kansas, the TV show. It comes to you live Monday through Friday, 4 o'clock Central Time from our WIBW studios in Topeka, Kansas. If you can't watch us on air, watch us streaming online on WIBW.com and all of our digital platforms. We're going to start the discussions this week with back to school time in Kansas. That's coming up in about 2 weeks, so parents are getting ready. But of course, a lot of families have trouble affording those supplies. The Topeka Rescue Mission is one place that aims to help out. They told us about their efforts in a visit to the studio. John Roberts and Scott Bryant are back to let us know what's already in the works. How busy is back to school time at the Topeka Rescue Mission? Yeah, back to school is always an adventure. So even though we're in the midst of summer, it's that time to start planning because it's going to get here before you know it. You know, we always talk about your Christmas needs, but back to school needs, I imagine, are just as vital. Yes. You know, back to school is a big part of what we do. We always love to take care of not only our guests who are staying in our Hope Center, all of our kiddos, but also just all the people in the community. And so we see this as an upstream effect. We don't want people to have to choose, do I pay the rent bill, do I pay the light bill, or do I get my kids' school supplies? And as those things get more expensive, we want to be a helping hand to connect the generosity of the community with those families in need. And not to mention the right supplies are what get kids to the head of the class, help them make the grade. Absolutely. It's really important just to start off on a good note. And so for kids to come in on the first day of school, if they already feel like I don't have what I need, or I'm having to go ask to borrow this or borrow that, it can just give them a sense that they might be behind the 8 ball. So we want kids to go in and feel confident and prepared to have a great school year. So Scott, what are the needs? What are things that you help families with?
Backpacks are a huge need, of course, the main item, but composition, sorry, it's been a long day. Composition notebooks, paper, pens, all the basic needs are very needed. Basically anything you see on that school supply list, you're ready to help people. Anything and everything on the needs list is greatly appreciated. And how does the process work? We get volunteers. They help us to sort the items, pack the backpacks. They drop them off at, of course, our distribution center, and we set up kind of like for Christmas, but a little different. We set up with about 400 families, including our Hope Center, and we pack the backpacks. We set them up on a drop form, and they come from a few different days in August to come pick them up. So do people need to apply then on the front end so you know how many backpacks you need and such? Yes, a drop form will go live July 5th. Okay. And they just apply on there. And if they don't get on the drop form, we'll have some extra backpacks for them, for the people that don't apply. So. Okay, so the application, if that's a drop form, isn't online. For those who aren't familiar with that, maybe reach out to your school or go to the library, go to their website, and then you can kind of see where that online application is. And then you tell them a time that they will come. Is that kind of how it works? Yes. Yeah. Most importantly, though, you need the things to put in the backpacks. So how do people get donations to you? Yeah, people can either just send those via Amazon. So again, on July 5th. That's an easy way to do it. You don't even have to go anywhere. That's the best way to do it. Have them delivered. Just a couple clicks, right? So on July 5th, when our sign-up sheet goes live on our website, we'll also have a link to our full needs list. There will be an Amazon wish list. But people can also, if they like to do it the old-fashioned way and go shopping and bring stuff by, we're open Monday to Friday between 8 to 4 at 401 Northwest Norris. That's our distribution center where we can receive those donations and get them packed in backpacks. Which is a good address for people to keep in mind, because some people think they go to the mission doors, but no, they don't go to the shelter doors. They go over there on Northwest Norris. Do you need volunteers still, Scott, as well? How do they connect with you if they want to help with the packing and the distribution and all of that? So Susie is our volunteer coordinator. She's great. She's on a missionary trip right now, but as soon as she gets back, she is easily contacted there at the DC, and she works great with volunteers. We have a lot of volunteers. It's about half and half staff and half volunteers that make the mission run. So the volunteers are very, very important to the mission. The other thing with back to school that is interesting is, I mean, you do have some children who get off the bus there at the Hope Center. So when you think about those kids, how else do you try to support them through the school year? Yeah, one of the things that we do internally just to support our families is we always like to get them a new outfit. And so, clothing donations is another thing that would be great, just so that people can, again, look good, feel good kind of thing. Absolutely. And so get a new pair of shoes or a new hoodie or jeans and stuff like that to go in feeling good. Weren't you blessed to remember that when you were a child, what
what you were going to wear the first day, and it would always be the clean shoes that then got dirt on them.
Dirty,
But you always planned out that first day of school outfit, and so we want all kids to have that experience. If you'd like to help out, again, the Topeka Rescue Mission is looking for that back to school help now already. In just a couple weeks, if you are somebody in need, that form is going to go live online, trmonline.org. That's where you can fill out the application to get the assistance. August 5th is going to be the distribution day, so there's a little bit of a lag there while they collect the supplies, and that's where everyone else comes in. You can drop them off 8 a.m. to 3:45 p.m. Monday through Friday at 401 Northwest Norris, or like they said, go on to Amazon, see their wish list, and click that online as well, and you can just have them delivered, so you don't need to do anything. Appreciate you guys.
Thank you very much.
And hopefully everyone comes through for you once again, as the community always does.
Yes.
Topeka families aren't alone. A lot of places have folks who are stepping up to help families with school supplies, so seek one out in your area if you'd like to help. With summer coming to a close, that means a lot of college students in particular have internships that are drawing to a close. The City of Topeka and the Greater Topeka Partnership welcome interns into the area every year. And Forge, that's the young professionals group that is active within the Greater Topeka Partnership. Forge has special activities to not only help the interns connect with other professionals and learn on the job, they also want them to help to get to know the community. Caleb Soliday told us why that is important to the capital city's growth. It's a big group, first of all.
Yes, we have over 250 interns that participated this year, with over 34 employers that participated in the program.
Now, certainly a lot of companies have internship programs. How does this take that a step further?
So this is a completely free service for both employers and interns to participate in, and it's 6 events throughout the summer. So every other week, practically, we had an event that was for interns to get out into the community. So we kicked it off at the beginning of the summer with the Eats and Beats at Evergy Plaza. We had like a VIP tent, and it was really fun. The interns enjoyed that. And then we're actually going to be ending it this Friday with our end of summer bash over at Compass Point, home of Dirty Girl Adventures in Noto. And so that will be a fun sort of end cap. But throughout the summer, we've had great participation. We've done bowling at the Pennant. We've done pickleball at 785 Brewing Company. We did a Taste of Topeka event in Noto and Redbud Park, and showcasing the great space that Redbud Park provides to Topeka. But getting the interns out was our main goal, and having them see that Topeka is a fun place to live.
I was going to say, what's the secondary benefit here? Because obviously we want people who are in college to get good professional experiences and to be exposed to the companies that they could potentially work for in Topeka.
Yeah.
This does what?
This helps interns see themselves in Topeka. So the number one.
You mean we don't work 24/7?
Exactly.
I don't know about anyone else.
and what it does is it connects them to the community. And we know that someone that's connected to their community is less likely to leave that community. And that's what we want to do with the interns program, is show them that Topeka is a great place to live. And it's a great place to work, and it's a great place to play. And that is what we want to do. And so what we hear from employers are, when they go to offer these interns a position, a full-time position, they're more likely to accept it because of programs like this, because we are able to do things after hours that a lot of these organizations might not be able to do. We focus more on the fun aspects that companies might be focusing more on the educational aspects through their intern program, and we focus more on the fun and the community aspect of what it's like to be in Topeka.
How many companies were participating this year, and what was kind of like the range of different industries that are represented
so
there?
We had over 34 employers this year. We had a wide variety. We had a law firm new this year. We had Stormont Vale participated. Evergy participates each year. We had the state of Kansas with multiple different departments participating, City of Topeka. We have all sorts of different organizations, anywhere from small mom and pop stores and locations to these big, like Hill's Pet Nutrition, these big companies as well. So it's really cool to see that variety, and it's really cool to see the interns from these different industries interacting together.
Is there a cost to companies to have their interns take part in Top City interns?
Because of the generosity of our benefactors, it's absolutely free to both employers and interns to participate in the
So
program.
companies thinking about or hearing about this and thinking, well, I think maybe I should get my interns on board for that next year. All they have to do is go to your site and look it up.
Yep. Just go to Topeka and then specifically Forge. We have the Top City Interns program on there. And then with any young professionals that employers have here in Topeka, they can always introduce them to Forge. And Forge does events throughout the year, not just the summer, where we are again showing young professionals that Topeka is a great place to connect and to be. We are, after the Top City Interns program, we are not taking a break, and we have more events to come, including going to Shrek the Musical at Topeka Civic Theater and doing a mixology class beforehand. We are doing a chocolate class over at Hazel Hill Chocolates. We're doing our Vote Damn It party, which is a voter initiative and is the night of the election. So
Getting people involved in choosing our leaders.
exactly. So all encompassing, everything we do is very intentional, and we appreciate that.
If you have a company or know of an intern, you might let them know about the Forge Top City Interns program so they can get connected while they are also learning skills to build their futures professionally. They can learn a few personal connections as well. Topeka United has had a program called the Mosaic Partner Pairs. This year they have reimagined it, and they are launching something called Common Threads. Karen Hiller and Shavana Holmes told us what it all is about. Welcome to you, ladies.
Thank you.
Thank
So
you.
Topeka United, Karen, and the goal of Mosaic Partner Pairs was what, and how does it kind of carry over, same or different, into the Common Threads?
Topeka United's goal is to celebrate the diversity in the community and to build, to the extent possible, equity, inclusion, opportunity, and welcome for all, and ultimately inclusive prosperity. And within that, the group, when we first started back in 2020, said, what's been missing? Why haven't we been able to achieve all those goals everybody said they believed in all this time? And a conclusion, we started then to do Mosaic Partner Pairs as well as 3 community events, the Call River Float, the Get Down in T-Town and Peace, a multicultural holiday evening. Mosaic, now to become Common Threads, was a 9-month engagement intended to pair people who were different in some ways but had similarities in a structured 9-month engagement to get to know one another, to become, despite those differences, deep, abiding friends.
And Common Threads is still going to
And Common
do
Threads
the same
is
thing.
picked up on that. What we've done is refresh that people will be paired on a variety of multicultural differences, not just color. And also it will keep the process of exploring friendship and then culture and then monumental ideals in our community. The partners will meet twice a month individually and once a month in a cluster of pairs.
Okay, so how is this working, Siobhan? How are you choosing who's paired together?
Well, we do a ISPI, which means we take an assessment.
What does ISPI stand for?
Innovation Performance Strength Indicator.
Okay.
All right, so you take an assessment, and it just asks you several questions about how you think about things or what you think about the state of the world. And once that's done, it goes into an algorithm, and then you're paired based on that algorithm.
So you were a participant in
Yes.
this. So
yes.
how did that work? What did you end up with?
So I ended up with a very lovely lady named Debbie. And so she was from the country, me not so much. She grew up with a lot of...
You've never been around cows and horses?
No,
Okay.
not really. Our country had snakes and alligators.
Oh my goodness.
But she had cows and she had a lot of kids, siblings. I was just mainly an only child. So I was raised that way. So we had these differences, but the way in which our morals were, what we believed in was was the same. So we had a fantastic time just getting to know each other, getting to know our families. So it was a very positive experience for me.
So at the Common Threads, you've already started training coaches. What is the role of a coach?
The coach is to kind of help facilitate the cluster meetings and help facilitate the partner pairs if they have some issues. They'll speak with them, they'll encourage them, and we're just there to kind of help the conversation move along.
But you're still taking people who want to be part of some of these pairs, right?
We're in the sign up period right now, and people should sign up as soon as they think about it. It takes a little while to fill out the demographic survey and then the ISPI that Siobhan talked about. But once they turn that in, we'll respond and let you know you've been accepted. They will read on the Topeka United website. It's, we already know we're onboarding on the 22nd of August. It's a Saturday morning. Those meetings of the small groups will be third Thursday evenings every month up through April, and then there'll be a luncheon to wrap up. But probably skipped it. The issue that we concluded, and that the people who created Mosaic and now us with Common Threads, was that what was missing is that people might have had an experience or some thoughts, but they really didn't ever have a friend, a close friend who was different from them. And so if that's what was missing, building community one relationship at a time, we could do that with Common Threads.
What difference, Siobhan, did you see it make after you've been through it?
Well, I had a different understanding of people that lived in the country, people that were raised with several members in their family. It really brought out me wanting to step across the line and say, hey, how are you doing? Because before that, I wasn't that type of person. But now I don't mind saying hello to anybody. That doesn't matter what they look like, male, female, whatever, it doesn't matter. I may have a chance to be a friend with you if I just say hi.
Oh gosh, yes, that's what it starts with, right? Just saying hello and a smile. There is a QR code if you'd like to see what it takes to apply to be part of the cohort. Otherwise, that website is topekaunited.org/common threads. Karen, Siobhan, thank you both. Appreciate you.
Thank you so much for having us.
You are welcome. So that is the Common Threads program overall. They also want to get young leaders involved, so they have something called Teen Threads. We welcomed in Angel Zimmerman and Daisy Karimi to tell us how that works. Welcome to both of you. So we've had Mosaic partner pairs. Now you guys are in charge of Teen Threads. What is that, Daisy?
Teen Threads is just a teen version of the adult version, where you've just secluded the conversation to a more digestible conversation for kids to enjoy.
So how long is the program for them?
It is going to be every third Thursday around 6 to 8. There's going to be an adult day version and a night version, and it's going to go all the way to about May 5th.
Okay, so what are you looking for in involving teenagers, Angel? Why this age group?
Oh, this is the opportunity for us to really become invested in our community and get connected to leaders of all ages. And so that's what we're really excited to do. They'll get the opportunity to actually do an assessment to learn about themselves and to know if they are more on the builder, connector, or pioneer side of things, and then get to learn about how to just connect with the community. We're really excited to now partner with the adults this year. So they will listen to a session all together, and then we'll break off as the teens and deep dive on what we can do as teens in the community to kind of solve big issues and problems.
Well, I think sometimes people think that the teens are just kind of, you're there and maybe you'll get involved in the future, but we're not really going to listen to you now. How does this kind of flip that and change that narrative?
Well, we're going to there's a lot of discussions, and we want to have our teenagers still to be part of it, but we're going to do some community projects, hopefully, that can also get them involved with the community and see how beautiful Topeka can be as a collaborative action. Additionally, it's also good for us to just listen to them and have the opportunity, especially with some of these conversations that are really deep dive, what are their perspectives of it, and what does inclusivity look to them?
So for the teens, are they all group sessions, or do they also have that one-on-one element where they're partnered with somebody in the community that maybe has a little bit different background than them?
Right. It's more of the group.
Okay.
But then they'll still get to do the assessment, and they'll still get some one-on-one time with Daisy and I. So we're really excited for that part.
And you both have been through the partner pairs, is that correct?
Absolutely.
And were you paired with each other?
We were.
And they tell me they did not plan to both wear yellow today.
No, we did not.
So I think you guys successfully made a connection because you're both here yellow today. What did you get out of it? What was the main thing that you learned, Daisy?
From our partner pair connection, I was able to explore what leadership looks like from a different lens. What does it mean to be a woman in charge? And I think that is something I've always appreciated, especially there's not a lot of women in a lot of these spaces. So I have always honored that. So I'm thankful for that continuously.
And what did you learn, Angel?
It was a really neat opportunity. At that moment in time, they were trying to pair people that don't necessarily look alike, but have similar thought processes, solution decisions type of thing. And Daisy and I were a high mix pair, and we just clicked automatically. And we have had to stay connected and stay with our youth because it's both something that's near and dear to our hearts. So we keep bringing it back and helping push out that information and helping teens know that they are part of the solution to Topeka. And we believe in them, and so do so many others, and they need to feel that.
Is there much of an age difference here between the two of you?
Oh my goodness, yes. I'm 56.
I'm 35.
That's a little bit, just a little bit. I mean, I didn't want to, offend anybody with that.
Right.
And Angel, you're an attorney by trade?
I am.
And your background is?
I'm a consultant.
Okay, so you're going to consult on which clients to take
There we
now.
go.
I should be called.
So, right, call me. So very different worlds.
Worlds we are.
And I mean, you talk about not looking alike. I don't know if you know, but you're different races.
Really?
Really? Right? So there is that like visible difference, but I think that's the whole point of this, right? Is you learn that there might be visible differences, but you're a lot alike.
Yeah.
Yes.
And we get to welcome each other into each other's worlds too. And that has just been an amazing connection over the last several years. And we want to share what we found with our community.
Yes.
And there is an application process for this. I understand that the deadline has been extended, correct?
Yes, to July 31st.
July 31st, so it gives you another whole week here to sign up for it. There's a QR code right there, but also it's topekaunited.org/common threads. And when you go on Topeka United, you can see both the teen and the adult versions of this. Learn a little bit more of exactly how it works. Is there a fee for anyone to be involved?
No.
So there you go. Teens can get a head start on leadership skills, community involvement, and not have to pay a thing. Just get themselves there. Angel, Daisy, thank you both. I appreciate you, and we look forward to learning more and seeing more from all of the partner pairs as they learn the common threads. I love the name for that. Topeka United has applications for that program available until July 31st. They extended the application date for folks who might be finding out about it a little bit later. You can still log on to Topeka United's website and social platforms to find out a few more details and get your application in. We have another weekend coming up of some great events around the area, including one that celebrates a really important community's history. Find out what's happening in Nicodemus. Welcome back into the Red Couch Rewind. There's a very important community in Kansas called Nicodemus. And what it is was one of the all-black settlements that was formed by freed slaves who were looking to build their future. It's considered one of the only remaining all-black settlements in the nation. And each year, they swell their population by a lot. I'm told it is down to about 20 residents year-round now. Several hundred come back for what they call a homecoming celebration each year. Johnine Powell told us what's in store for this year's event and shared a bit more about that history. And really a full 4 days of fun that you have planned.
Yes, we do. We have been working on it all year long.
Nice.
I am so grateful that Zoom is in existence.
Right,
because
modern
we
technology.
have family from Wisconsin to California, Virginia, all over Texas, the big state of Texas. We can't forget that.
But we are the great state of Kansas.
Yes, we
so.
are the great state of Kansas in the middle of everything.
That's right. And Nicodemus is in the middle of everything, kind of. It's in Graham County. What is the history for folks who aren't familiar with Nicodemus?
Nicodemus was established in 1877 from freed slaves from Lexington, Kentucky area. A couple of gentlemen, a minister always has to be included in businessmen and a minister. So they had come to our ancestry and came to a church and asked them, how would you like to go to Kansas and start a new life? It would cost you $5, but we knew that it cost a little more than that, but that was the advertisement that they put out there. But being a freed slave, they'd have to work in order to save the money to get there because they didn't have any money, they didn't get paid. And so they worked it out. And late September of 1877, there was a group of, I think, 300 headed for Kansas. They rode the train. They ended up in Ellis. They had to walk the last 40 miles to get to Nicodemus. When they got there, they're like, the land of milk and honey, where is it? Well, one of the minister's wives, she says, where is Nicodemus? All she could see was the smoke coming up out of the ground. And so She wasn't very happy. And, you know, some of our ancestors went back to Kentucky because it's like, no, we left home to come start a new home, but this is not what we expected.
But they made it work, and they made a thriving community. It's a little smaller now.
Yes.
But it's the last surviving all-black settlement.
Yes.
From that era.
And we are alive and thriving with what we have. We know how to do a lot with a little, and we are grateful for our friends and family that come to Nicodemus the last weekend in July.
And so you have 4 days of events planned. Give us some of the highlights. What's all
right.
going to happen?
Well, my great idea about 40 years ago was beans and jeans. And that was because a lot of us were coming in on Thursday evening just with nothing to do. And so that is a casual fellowship with food and fun. And we talk. That's time we have time to visit. Because after that, we're hitting the ground running, making the weekend a success. So, and also our cousin Angela, she does her annual report for the Historical Society. Friday morning, the Clark family is giving us a free cowboy breakfast. And so you think about, what did cowboys eat? Well, whatever they had available.
Right.
And so they're going to do that. And then the vendors will be setting up throughout the day. They're supposed to be up and ready by 12 o'clock. Kids Corner will be up and ready for the kids to come out. Friday, we will also have Norma Jean, my oldest cousin, is doing the where she connects.
You got a story event.
Who's
too.
kin? Yeah, who's kin to
Oh,
who?
like genealogy?
Yeah,
oh
type
my gosh,
of thing.
How fun!
And so the first year she did it, it's like she had different colored balloons, and so whoever had the most balloons would see who you were connected to. It was really kind of fun.
Oh, fun!
A live family tree.
Live.
That's what
That's
what I
a
was
cool way
working
to do
for.
it.
Yes, and then we will have a cornhole tournament Friday afternoon or into the evening. I think it's at 7 o'clock. Then the DJ will play.
And you got that music is going both Friday and Saturday evening.
Yes.
You have a parade Saturday afternoon as well.
No, well, yes, but before that, we had the 5K run.
Oh my gosh.
We have a pancake breakfast donated by the Kansas Black Farmers. And then this year is going to be something special. We're going to do a dedication to our veterans
That'll be fun.
who have come from our ancestry and gave their service. Some gave the ultimate sacrifice. And so we're going to recognize them. Then we'll go into the Township Hall, and we have a new event that's going to be Roots and Records. And that is where they're going to explain to you where your property is. And some of the people have inherited land and some purchased land. So I joked and said you should come out to see what you're paying taxes on.
There you go. Well, it's such a full weekend, and we don't have time to go through every single event, but I'm going to put a link to everything on WIBW.com. I told you I picked like one thing from each day so that we could show on the screen because there's so much happening. Everyone is welcome. You don't have to be a relative in Nicodemus. Just go and you'll become part of the family.
Yeah, once you come, we'll claim you.
Oh, there you go. I love it. Thank you so much,
No,
Janine.
you're welcome.
Appreciate it. Good to see you. It is an interesting history that Nicodemus has, and they celebrate every year and share it with anyone who would like to come and attend and find out a bit more. There's also a big history to a charity softball tournament around our area. It is called Hog Ball. It benefits a place called Camp Milton. Now, Camp Milton's original origins go back to the Muscular Dystrophy Association's annual summer camp. We at WIBW TV were a long time Love Network station, one of those stations that aired the MDA telethon. And back then, MDA would have its very own summer camp. It organized it, it sponsored it just for the kids with neuromuscular diseases. As things have kind of evolved and changed over the years and resources had to be reallocated and such, MDA still does sponsor camp for kids, but they send them to a place that's kind of outside the area. Well, some folks decided they wanted a local camp just for our Northeast Kansas families to continue, and that's where Camp Milton was born. The softball tournament that supported sending kids to camp, it also lives on and now chooses Camp Milton as its beneficiary. We welcome some of those folks who've been with it for a very long time, Sandy Becker and Dennis Pierenboom, to tell us about hog softball and Camp Milton. Welcome to both of you.
Thank you.
And we were talking about the history of this because a moose, but your logo is It's called Hog, but the logo's a moose. So the history of the tournament, Sandy.
Well, Dennis will know more about the history of the tournament. I'm more involved in the camp itself, but the moose came about. There was a carved moose that made an appearance in 2006, and we just decided to change the name to Camp Milton after Milton the Moose. And he is in the middle of the shenanigans the entire week of camp, and the name stuck.
Absolutely, absolutely. The camp itself goes back to when the Muscular Dystrophy Association used to have its own specific camp for the kids with MD in Kansas. They had some restructuring, and so the campers were going to have to go elsewhere, and you all came together and formed Camp Milton, and that's where Milton the Moose came from. Was the camp, even before then, was the camp mascot. Hogball was a supporter of that MDA camp, now Camp Milton, Dennis. Hogball because...
Originally, it was sponsored by Harley Davidson, which the Hogs, and that was the original team that was in the tournament was Harley Davidson Hogs. So that just kind of took over from there. And like even though we've had lots of changes, that has always stuck through it. Then a few years ago, we renamed the tournament after Ted Inslee, who's been the rock of the tournament since it started in 1980, and was very deserving of that.
And
that
46 years later, here you are. It is a softball tournament at its heart.
Right.
What all happens and unfolds during the weekend?
We'll start playing softball Friday night. We'll play Friday, Saturday, all day Saturday, and into Sunday. We'll take a break. Then Sunday afternoon is the highlight of the tournament. We have all the teams, all the spectators. That's when they all come to the field, and everybody announces how much money they raised. And that's the highlight of the whole weekend. We have some of the campers from Camp Milton that will be there. And like Sandy says, usually not a dry eye in the house when they start doing that.
Because the camp is truly special, and you sent me some of the video from actually, was it from this summer's camp? Because the camp itself was held in June, so not too very long ago. What is it about this camp, Sandy, that makes it so special?
I've been involved in the camp since it became Camp Milton in 2018, and these kids have their struggles through the year. They get to come to camp, be with kids like themselves, be themselves, and they have such a wonderful week. And we have so many activities, swimming. I mean, they're kept on their toes the entire time, and it's just a blast. I'm so blessed to be involved in it.
And I think that's part of the magic of it too, is that the kids can be themselves and do the activities. It's not a matter of, oh, you can't do something. It's a matter of how can we make it happen.
That's
like riding
exactly
the
right.
motorcycles, like playing all the games that other kids would play at camp. They're typical kids after all. Like, I love that. Let's figure out how to smash down the tower.
Yeah, and some of them don't get to do the whole swim thing very often. We even have a swing that was made by a local Boy Scout troop where these kids can actually be on a swing and swing. Some of these kids don't get to swing because of their disease prevents them from doing things that we take for granted. So it's just a wonderful experience. And like I said, we're so blessed to be a part of it. I've got sons that are counselors at the camp, and it's just incredible.
And the campers and their families pay nothing, correct?
That's right, because of
things like
Yep.
this. You had a very successful year last year.
We did about a little over 50,000. For the length of the tournament, we're looking at about 950,000. So our goal is we're going to
Over the 46
Over
years,
the
almost
40
$1 million.
yeah,
Oh,
so
you
we're
want to go
looking-
over $1 million this year?
Absolutely.
I think they can do it because you also have a way people can participate from home, right? Silent
Correct.
auction.
We have a silent online auction that's available. It opened up yesterday. It'll close Saturday at 7 p.m. We have over 110 items on there, whole different items from restaurant coupons to homemade items to gift baskets, just a whole array of things.
Fancy purses.
Fancy purses. Absolutely.
You've been out there.
Don't tell Doug that I've been looking. Such cool stuff. Let's get you the link so that you can sign up if you would like for the silent auction bidding. That is https://1cau.se, so not cause spelled out. There's a dot in between there, /hog bids. I'm going to have that direct link on WIBW.com as well. And just come on out, hang out at Joe Campbell Stadium in Rossville. That is not July 1st, it's July 31st. Yeah, you have a whole month, you guys have been out there playing softball this whole month. I'm sorry, July 31st to August 2nd. And again, that Sunday afternoon time frame right there around noon to 1 is when you can see everybody all together celebrating the achievements.
And we also put the link on campmilton.org for the auction too.
Awesome,
so they
you can do
get
that.
it.
And
Yep.
your Facebook pages. Basically, there is no problem finding the link and bidding. Nobody has an excuse to not bid,
Correct.
right? There you go. Dennis, Sandy, thank you both so very much.
Thank you.
Be sure to head on out to Rossville and check it out if you are able, or at the very least, log on, bid in that silent auction. I've been on the website. Some super cool stuff is going on there. You can find those links on WIBW.com if you would like, or check out all their socials. The Hog Softball, Camp Milton, all of those links exist online as well. We are looking ahead to a great event that is coming up. This one is a reimagined fundraiser. So if you go back in the history here, we've been following this throughout really the past year. Topeka had two mental health organizations. Family Service and Guidance Center served children, and then Vallejo Behavioral Health served adults. They merged in the first of the year. They became Astra Mental Health and Recovery. So as they've done that, they've kind of brought together the best of their fundraising and support events. And the one that is going to be coming up in August is called Vivid. This, if you remember, FSGC used to have works of art. So this also is an art-based fundraiser. It is called Vivid. Pam Evans with Astra told us about it and how you can attend. And of course, as we've been talking all year, Astra is the merged Vallejo for adults and Family Service and Guidance for children. Exactly. FSGC had Works of Heart as a fundraiser. This is Vivid. It's the same but different?
It is different. Now, so we will still have kids and their artwork featured, but we will also be featuring some amazing adults. We have some singers that are going to provide some musical entertainment who are involved in our expressive therapies program. And we have a couple of stories, amazing stories of resilience and healing. It is shaping up to be a great event. I can't wait.
And at the heart of all of this is that connection between how various forms of art can assist our mental health.
Exactly. And we're really celebrating individuals who are receiving services through Astra Mental Health and Recovery, and their creativity, their talents, the kids' artwork. I can't do stick figures, Melissa, and Lord knows I can't hold a tune to save my life. So it's just a big celebration while shining a light on the importance of mental health and substance use treatment.
How much is art therapy involved and expressive therapy involved for both the kids and adults that you serve?
Yeah, so we've got the expressive therapies program, but a lot of our clinicians and even case managers and whatnot, art just provides an outlet, an opening when words are difficult to find. And hence why Vivid, the Art of Healing, we just thought, oh my gosh, trying to come up with a new name and how is this going to be, how's it going to really show what the new organization is all about? So we have some fun surprises.
Okay, I love it. So we're going to have silent auctions, we're going to have live auctions, but I really love part of what people are going to be able to purchase is some of the featured art in like merch.
Right. So there's only one of the one original of each child's piece, and not everybody it will be there, first off, but we decided, we need to have some other items like mugs and notebooks, tote bags. You can purchase those on the website too.
And right there is the website, astraks.org/art. And the bidding doesn't open until July 31st because you don't have to go to the event, folks, to be able to bid in the silent auction. You also don't have to go to the event to be able to buy the merchandise. And you can already see some of it already posted online.
Exactly.
Damn, I've been creeping.
Have you?
I've been creeping and looking at it.
There's some fun things. And it's not all artwork. That's, people only have so much wall space or desk space, So we've got some really unique experiences, jewelry, pottery.
It'll be fun.
Gift certificates, yeah.
Cool. August 15th is the day of the event, though, so get your tickets if you'd like. I'll have the link on WIBW.com. We certainly appreciate our partnership with Astra as they have now joined us as partners in the Hear Me, See Me Mental Health Awareness Initiative. You can find resources on WIBW.com and further interviews. That is also the website where you can find the interviews and the videos of all of these segments and all of the guests who come through our studio and visit the Red Couch. You also can find it on our social platforms, our digital streaming channels. If you have Roku or Fire TV, just download the WIBW app and you can find a whole Eye on Northeast Kansas section where they are organized. We hope you enjoy that. If you'd like to see some behind the scenes, our studio selfies, you can see those on my Facebook page, WIBW Melissa Bruner. We have a lot of fun. We hope you do as well. Until next time, we'll see you on the Red Couch.